I'm gelling in. Hi, my name is Lydia. I'm your Charlton student nurse today. Can you go ahead and state your name, date of birth, and if you have any allergies?
Caitlin Brown, 12/17/99, and I have no allergies.
Okay, great. If you can go ahead and just start by standing up for me and then walking, and I'm going to go ahead and observe the gait. Okay, and you can go ahead and take a seat. Okay, while she was walking, I was observing her gait. Her gait was steady and her arms swung evenly. Her gait was also balanced. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and observe the cranial nerve 1. So I'm going to go ahead and have you smell some smells, and then if you can go ahead and identify those for me. So you can go ahead and close your eyes and then cover one of your nostrils. Okay. Can you identify the smell?
Mint.
Okay. Okay, cover the other one for me, please.
Pumpkin.
Okay, good. Cranial nerve 1 is intact because she was able to identify the smells. Now I am going to go ahead and assess for cranial 2, which we already have. Before this assessment, we tested her visual acuity using the Snelling and Rosenberg's test. She tested 20/20 in her right and left eye. For both tests, her peripheral vision was less than 180. So her cranial nerve 2 is intact. Now we're going to go ahead and test for cranial nerve 3, 4, and 6 using the 6 cardinal fields of gaze. So if you can go ahead and just follow my finger. Okay. Cranial nerve 3, 4, and 6 are intact because her extraocular movement was smooth without any stagnatism. Now we are going to go ahead and test for cranial nerve number 5, which I'm going to be doing with her. Okay, if you can go ahead and close your eyes and then point to where you feel the sense. Okay. Now I am going to go ahead and test your jaw. Okay, don't let me move your jaw and okay. Cranial nerve 5 is intact because she is able to point out the senses and her jaw strength. Cranial nerve 7 is okay, so can you go ahead and smile for me, please? Okay, now smile without using your teeth. Puff out your cheeks. Raise your eyebrows. And frown. Okay, cranial nerve 7 is intact by the facial movements. Now we're going to test for cranial nerve 8. And we are going to be doing the Weber test. Okay, so which one is this? Okay, let me know if you can hear the sound in both ears.
I hear it in both ears.
Okay, she hears the sound bilaterally in both ears. Now we're going to do the Rhine test. Let me know when you can't hear the sound or the sound anymore.
No. No.
Okay, AC to BC was at a 2-to-1. Now we're going to go ahead and do this ear.
No. No.
Okay, AC to BC was at a 2-to-1. And now I'm going to do the finger rub test. If you can go ahead and close your eyes and point out which side you hear the sound on.
Both.
Okay. Now I'm going to do the whisper word test. So just repeat what words you hear. Close your eyes.
Red, blue, orange.
Okay.
Purple and white.
Okay, good. And now if you can go ahead and stand up, we're gonna do Romberg test. And so this is gonna test for her balance. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my hand here, and you can put your hands out and then just close your eyes. Okay, all right, good. Okay, so she was able to maintain her balance with no swaying. So that completes our assessment for cranial 8 nerve, which is intact. Now we're gonna do cranial nerve 9 and 10. Can you go ahead and swallow for me, please? Okay. Now, if you can go ahead and say ah. Ah. Okay, again. Ah. Okay. Patient was able to successfully swallow. So cranial nerve 9 and 10 are intact. Now we're gonna go ahead and assess for cranial nerve 11. Okay. Can you go ahead and push against? Okay, push against, push up, push out. Okay. Cranial nerve is intact because the patient because she has equal strength in both the neck and the shoulder. Now we're going to assess for cranial nerve 12. Can you go ahead and stick your tongue out for me? Okay, now move side to side. Okay, and you can close your mouth now and push and push. Okay, cranial nerve 12 is intact because she has equal movement, bilateral symmetrical movement, and strength in her tongue. Now we're gonna go ahead and assess for reflexes in the upper and lower extremities. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the brachial radial reflex here. Okay, so I'm just gonna hit. Okay, and now I'm gonna do the patellar. That's extreme. It actually works. Okay. Her presence of reflexes were intact, and her upper and lower extremities at a 1 to 2 plus. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and assess for give me a moment. Sensory evaluation. That's what I'm doing. Okay. No. Okay. I'm gonna be doing the evaluation. Let me know if you feel this is sharp and this is dull. Okay?
Sharp. Dull. Sharp. Dull. Dull. Sharp. Dull.
Okay. All right. She was able to identify all the sensory evaluations. Good. Now I'm gonna go ahead and test for her motor function of her lower and her upper extremities. Okay, so if you could go ahead and put your hands on your thighs and go ahead and pat. Okay, faster. Okay. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and do the fingers. You can go ahead and put your fingers and then just, okay, good. Now, for her lower extremities, I'm gonna have her put her back of her ankle to her and lift, and then the other leg. Okay, she has both fine and gross motor function in her upper and her lower extremities. And I believe that concludes our assessment, the neurological assessment. Do you have any questions for me?
No, ma'am.
No? Okay. And I would draw out.